animate fire without drawing a single frame and using one free tool, which is Opentoonz. Yup, you heard me. Welcome to another video with Yui. Yui is here to help you start your creative journey using free and affordable programs. Get Opentoonz ready and let's get into it. Let's start animating.
Previously on
Yui Design. As you can see, I have Opentoonz open ready with all project layers and timeline set on 30 seconds. Like usual, feel free to extend your timeline. But for me, I'm keeping it simple to avoid complications. Another thing you might notice is the amount of the separated levels. But don't worry about that, since what we're going to focus on is the fire part. So, only get both the character and fire ready, having each one of them on a separated layer. For the editing part, I use Photobee, but do use wherever app you are comfortable with for this step. I will also group all the other layers so you can focus on the wanted part. Before we get into the secret of animating the flame, we will need to fix the centering of the flame. You can do so by using the Animate tool. Switching it to center, then place it the same way I did. Now it is time for the wanted step. Switch your viewpoint to Cinematic. In the lower window, find the box with our flame in. Before applying any effect, make sure to turn on this eye icon to be able to see any effect applied. Back to the flame box, right-click on it and choose the following. Insert, Distort, Perlin Noise. To adjust the effect freely, double-click on it to get the settings window. Make sure to keep the type set on Cloud. Then, on the last option, Alpha, you can turn it on or off depending on your preference. If you turn it on, it will make the flame have a transparent-like kind of look. However, if you turned it off, it will keep the flame in its original opacity. For me, I will turn it off. Next, let's have a look to the other options. Since our flame is a small one, I will keep the distortion size on 33. As for the evolution, it will give the flame a very nice automatic movement. Try not to go overboard with this one. Here, I made it 6. This part is the most important one, so stay focused. On your right hand, you will find a panel with lots of folders. Find the folder with the effect name. Click on it to get it highlighted on the function editor. Why? Because at the editor, we will be adding our keyframes and any changes on the effect. Another important note is to always check if you are standing on the first frame. You can know that if it was highlighted like this. Back to the viewpoint. If you look carefully near the X sign, you can find a small dot called the offset. Changing its placement will automatically add a frame on the function editor. Also, look how the flame changed. Again, I will move it around. So notice what is happening. I guess by now, you might have a slight idea about what we are going to do. In case not, no worry. I'll be going over it in a minute. For our first flame, you can set the offset placement either by the way I showed you earlier or by adjusting the horizontal offset and the vertical offset from the panel. I will be using the second method to be more precise. Feel free to copy the same settings as mine. First frame, we will go with H 20, while the V is minus 58. Of course, it will automatically be added on the function editor. But for the next frame, you will need to add it manually. Move lower on the editor, around 16 for me. Then, hit the diamond shape for both H and V. After that, adjust the amount. H is 57, while V is minus 115. Great! To have a loop, smooth flame movement, we will copy the first frame, then paste it at the last frame. Double check if the eye icon is on. And flame is moving without a single frame drawn. Just one effect, as I promised. Bonus step to give the flame extra movement. You can follow along the next part, in which we will be using the Animate tool back in the drawing viewpoint. I will start by fixing the misplacement caused by adding the effect distortion. After that, using the rotation tool, first frame rotated around 13 degrees. Then, on the 9th frame, I made it 23. Move a bit further in the timeline, frame 19, and made it -6. And again, for the last frame, copy the first frame and paste it in the end. Last but not least, switch to the scale tool. Double check if both lock icons are unlocked. Then, somewhere in the middle on the timeline, change the V to 70 to give some sort of flickering feeling. Make sure the V on the first and last frame have not changed. If they did, just reset them back to 100. With this, we are done! Preview your work and enjoy your hard-earned result. Remember, do not forget to export your work. Good job on keeping up with Yui, and I hope you have found this tutorial useful. Like usual, Yui will be happy to hear your thoughts in the comments, or if you have any other questions. Hope you had a fruitful watch. Don't forget to like this video. Quink, quink, quink. And do check out my Ko-fi page, which contains lots of game designs you can download and use on your devices. See you in the next video. Yui is out.